playing skill.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, Be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, you never switch.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. Get the flag. Hey, let's get this. Kill.
On play action, they'll throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Haskins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
44, Mike, 44. I got him. 44 is the Mike, 44 is Mike. Check. Watch the run.
And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Here we go. Set. 30 base. Let's go. All day. Ready, go.
On 3rd down, Terry. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Quiet, 64, weak. Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jair Alexander in from the corner to make the sack. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
1st down, Green Bay.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he'll find Hall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
And a Packer 1st down.
Let's go now. Hey, hold on.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw here. That's going to be caught. 23 yards, the final tally. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Last
At
stop.
the 2-yard line.
Last stop.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Packers 7, Falcons nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And we've got a penalty marker down here as he's able to get this only to the 20-yard line. Yeah, this is going to put him back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, second down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. Check, check. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
And they will not get the snap off here. This is going to back them up halfway.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Menu narration option. VoIP window. Controller vibrate. Color brightness option is contrast. VoIP to text menu location option is set to bottom left. Audio mix option is set to broadcast. Audio mix option is set to custom. In-game master set to 1. Audio in state menu SFX set to 100. Entering options. Control accessible med challenge exit game. Super call timeout. Entering cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel.
They're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
61. Matchbox, right.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Hey, come on now, come on now.
They'll look to throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long, got to push it downfield to try and pick up the 1st down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. 2nd and 13. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Looking to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, and you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. I don't think anyone got a finger on it. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
On first down, it's Terry. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a give, right side. It's Terry. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
A loss of a yard on the play. It's now 3rd.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off near the 29. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates are going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on. And as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know. But you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw here on 2nd and 10. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 14 yards. Good for a Packer first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And it's caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Packers 14, Falcons nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
44 is the mic, 44 is mic. Check. All day, dog.
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40, and they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to knock that one free.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
44 is the mic, 44 is mic. Check.
Ready, go.
44 is the mic. Mike's 44.
I got him. I said hut.
Here's 2nd and 8. Complete to Jones. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Now back to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Chopper.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Ready, go.
2nd and 10. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Intended for Calvin Ridley. Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
General, West.
44 is the mic, 44 is mic. Check.
I got said hut. Said hut.
They'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 8 yards on the screen there, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Yeah, baby.
An 8-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play-action sack. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. Touchdown, Packers. 63 yards on a punt return score. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. We always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 44, Mike, 44. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll look to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. They'll run on first down. Terry. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a second and long.
Mike, 44. Get that quarterback at all costs.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Spopo's and Mike. Mike Spopo. Hey,
They'll set up a throw. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, they'll throw. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. An excellent gain, 35 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a give, right side. Dobbins. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
That's it, baby.
He'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Falcons take over first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with it punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
Entering pause screen. Resume. Depth chart. Entering. Cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel. Challenge play. Exit game. Entering. Concede game pop-up. Are you sure you want to concede the game? Yes. Exit to menu. No. 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 Entering. Pause screen. Resume. Entering. Cancel pop-up waiting for your peer to resume online game. Cancel.